Hey, what's up guys? My name is Asian Psycho and we are in for another Exploring the Arsenal Extra, and this time is going to be on the CZ Skorpion EVO 3A1 review. Wow, that's a really long name. Nexon, I don't know why you gave such a really long name to a gun, but I guess that's what it's meant to be called, but I'm just saying it's a really long name. Just brevity's sake, I'm just gonna call this gun the CZ Skorpion. I'm just gonna leave off the EVO 3A1 part, because that's kind of a mouthful to say every single time I want to say this gun's name. But anyways, this is going to be another review on the CZ Skorpion, and this is the new submachine gun for this month's preview sale. As of today's patch, which is on April 25th. And a couple of notes about the patch itself. In my opinion, this is the best patch that Nexon has put out thus far. They have specifically mentioned that they have addressed the hacking issues, or I don't know if they mentioned the lag issues, but definitely the hacking issues, like the most common hacks that were prevalent in Combat Arms, they've resolved for the most part. I mean, I was playing for a good two and a half hours today. I didn't run into any hackers at all. So even the closet hackers weren't there too. Everyone that I met was legit. So I mean, in my opinion anyway. So this has been thus far the most satisfactory patch that Nexon has released. It was well worth the hour and a half delay that they had to put out when this patch first came out today. So very good job, Nexon. My opinion of you has increased somewhat. Not yet, but still. Anyways, guys, those are just a little bit notes on the patch itself. I may go back to talking about it later if I do have time at the end of this review. But for now, for time being, let's get on with the CZ Skorpion review. Now, once again, this is the preview sale submachine gun, so that means it's only available in 90-day or permanent durations for 11,900 NX a day, or not a day. That'd be too expensive. For 90 days and 29,900, or not, that's a sniper rifle, the $25 basically for permanent, and I bought it for permanent as usual, because, I mean, I always buy my guns for permanent. Don't ask me how I do, or don't ask me why, but I just do. Anyways, the damage on the CZ Skorpion EVO, oh yeah, I was just gonna call it CZ Skorpion, is a 36. Now, I'm going to be comparing this submachine gun to the other submachine guns, the 4 other NX submachine guns that Nexon has released as of late. The T2, what was the next one? The FMI SAF, the VB LPO2, and the what was the last one? The FMG9 Magpul. Because the CZ Skorpion is yet another submachine gun in Nexon's line of NX standard submachine guns that have around 35 damage. So this is about the same damage as all of the other NX standard submachine guns that Nexon has released in the past year or so. So in terms of damage, you won't find anything too crazily from the rest of the pack. Moving on to the portability. The portability is reminiscent of the T2's portability. Both the T2 and the CZ Skorpion have a portability of 88, so it's still very, very fast, but not as fast as the FMG9 Magpul or the VB LPO2, or I think the FMI SAF also had 90 portability. I'm not too sure. Please clarify me on that one, but for sure the FMG9 Magpul and the VB LPO2 had 90 portability, so those submachine guns are a bit faster than the CZ Skorpion and the T2, but they're still really, really fast anyway. Rate of fire is identical to all the other submachine guns at 70, or not 70, that's too low, 90. So they are all very, very fast firing submachine guns. 90 rate of fire is the fastest rate of fire you'll find in any submachine gun in Combat Arms, so this is the best of the best here. Accuracy on the CZ Skorpion EVO is extremely high even for an NX submachine gun. It has a 78 accuracy. Now keep in mind the closest competitor to this is the FMG9 Magpul, which I believe has a 76, around the 76 mark. Either that or it has a 70, like a 70 flat accuracy. But before the CZ Skorpion, the FMG9 Magpul was the most accurate NX standard submachine gun there was, until this comes along. This baby has a 78 accuracy. Now that's crazy, because that means that this submachine gun has the greatest range of any submachine gun that there is out there. And I've actually tested this on games and games like Oreo Rig and stuff. In this gameplay, you won't see like too much like long range gameplay, but I did go into other matches where, like for example, on Oreo Rig, shooting people across the spawns on the rooftops, and it seemed, for the most part, it's very accurate. I was hitting targets that I normally wouldn't be able to hit with other submachine guns, so that's a very big plus. But I'll talk about the accuracy a little bit more in just a second. The recoil on the CZ Skorpion is surprisingly the lowest amongst all the NX standard submachine guns. In fact, it just might be the lowest kind of statistic of any submachine gun in combat arms. At a 59 recoil, I highly doubt that there is any other submachine gun that has a 50 recoil rating. So, technically speaking, this should have a really low recoil, right? Wrong. Unfortunately, this submachine gun, as much as I would like it to have 59 recoil, it doesn't really have that recoil. And please excuse that beatbox guy. It more or less has around a 65 recoil, because the recoil spread and the kickback are very high. It does not have 59 recoil. I think Nexon just put that in just to make it look a little bit more attractive and kind of differentiate it from the other submachine guns that are out there, like the FMG9 Magpul, all the other NX standard submachine guns I just mentioned earlier in this video. So, the recoil, do not be fooled, it is not 59, it is not that low. It is much higher than that, and I'll explain why right now. The recoil spread on the CZ Skorpion is very high. It's very large. It's probably one of the higher ones in it's probably one of the submachine guns that have very large hipfire spreads. In fact, I think it just might be that one with the biggest hipfire spread. I don't know, I might be stretching things a little bit, but it does feel like the spread is pretty exaggerated. I'm not too sure. Either that or the bullet pattern on the CZ Skorpion is just way out of whack, because one thing about the CZ Skorpion that I've noticed throughout my couple hours of gameplay with it is that it doesn't seem to be very accurate in its hipfire spread. The bullets tend to center after your first 3 or 4 shots, which you fire in almost in a tenth of a second. This fires them very fast, the first initial bullets. Actually, I'm gonna close my window because I think something's going on outside, so sorry about that. After those first initial 3-4 bullets, your bullets on the CZ Skorpion tend to run out towards the outer ring of your hipfire spread. Now that's really bad, because especially in your when you're at middle range engagements, it wouldn't really matter at close range, of course, because I mean, you don't really have to worry about being too accurate. You can just spray and pray and hopefully you can kill them. But at medium range, the CZ Skorpion has a little bit of trouble, because the bullets actually tend to go out towards the outer region of your hipfire spread. It does not want to go in towards the center of your hipfire spread, which is, like I said, pretty bad, because what if you're, like I mentioned before, what if you're trying to shoot down someone at middle range and you're just hip firing? Then you're going to have a problem, because those bullets might not hit your target at all. So that is one of the main disadvantages of the CZ Skorpion submachine gun. It's not very good at middle range combat. The FMG9 Magpul has a very low recoil spread, and thus is much more ideal for middle range combat than the CZ Skorpion is. Moving on to the Recoil Kickback, the kickback on the CZ Skorpion is unfortunately very high as well, due to its rate of fire. Now, per shot, obviously it's not too bad, but because of its insanely high rate of fire, you'll notice that your Recoil Kickback pattern will kick up very hard straight, and after your first 4 or 5 bullets, it'll wobble very crazily left and right, and this can be very annoying, especially when you're strafing someone and shooting at them at the same time. You'll see in this gameplay that I do have trouble with that as well on my part. When I'm trying to strafe around people, try to shoot them down while I'm strafing, I have trouble because the recoil kickback is so damn high that it's just not working. My strafing and shooting people at the same time just doesn't work, because the recoil kickback is just too much for me to handle. Now, moving on to the overall recoil controllability. Its recoil controllability, because of the fact that its spread and its kickback are very difficult to master, the overall recoil controllability is actually very difficult overall on the CZ Skorpion. That's why this submachine gun, if you intend to buy this, you should only restrict it to close quarters combat. I do not recommend it for middle range engagements at all, because of the reasons that I mentioned regarding the recoil spread and recoil kickback, because you're gonna have some trouble at medium range. Stick to close range and you should be fine with this. Moving on to let me bring up my list of things to talk about here, because I usually have like some sort of list here. Moving on to the tap fire ability. The tap fire ability on the CZ Skorpion is doable, but it's very difficult because of its insanely high rate of fire. It's surprisingly easier than the FMI SCF, because on the FMI SCF you are able to attach a scope on it, but like I said, it's easier to tap fire with the CZ Skorpion than it is with the FMI SAF. So just a little bit of notes there, so just something you guys should remember. Moving on to the sprint drawback. The sprint drawback is very fast. It's probably standard amongst the NX standard submachine guns that have been being released for the past month or so, and yeah, it's very fast because it is a submachine gun, so obviously it should. Moving on to the draw speed. The draw speed is, in my opinion, I think it's pretty fast actually. It shouldn't be much of a problem at all, because I mean it is a submachine gun. Its mechanics work the same way as the CZ805. In fact, its names are pretty similar as well. CZ Skorpion, CZ805. So I assume they're related somehow. So there you go. The mechanics also work the same way, like the reload animation, the sprint animation, the draw animation. They're all the same. Moving on to the center speed. The center speed is moderate for submachine guns. Honestly, I feel like it's on the slower side, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say it's pretty moderate for submachine guns. Moving on to the reload speed. The reload speed is insanely fucking fast. It's probably faster than the FMI SCF without an extended magazine. As you can see in this gameplay, I'm actually using an extended magazine, but I really do believe that the reload speed on the CZ Skorpion could be indeed faster than the FMI SCF without an extended mag on. So that just shows you exactly how fast the reload speed is. The reload speed is definitely one of the strongest pros about the CZ Skorpion. You can it's so fast that literally you don't really have to worry about reloading in the middle of gunfights, because you can afford to. Now moving on to the fire modes, I believe it's only available in fully automatic. I don't believe it's available in any other kind of firing mode, so yeah, nothing too special there. Moving on to its luck, it is extremely lucky. I can get headshot. Actually, it's very reliable in getting headshots, but I don't recommend it because of the fact that it has a very what's the word for this? It's a very malevolent. Oh, that's not a very good word, but its bullet pattern when you're firing just isn't very noob friendly. There you go. It's not very noob friendly, so it's not like you can get lottos out of the blue while you're like half a magazine into just spraying the damn thing. So maybe on the first 3 bullets you can those are your bullets that can give you the highest chance of actually giving you a lotto. But other than that, forget about it. Moving on to the key physical characteristics, I don't know, it reminds me of the CZ805 just from its HUD, so it looks like an assault rifle. I was actually deceived a little bit, just like how I thought that M249 Power was a machine gun. I initially thought that the CZ Skorpion was an assault rifle, but it turns out it's actually a submachine gun, so looks can be deceiving, I guess. Moving on to the muzzle noise. The muzzle noise is a very scratchy and a very loud report, and one distinct characteristic of the CZ Skorpion's muzzle noise is the fact that after you fire each shot, there's a very weird like kind of after report when you fire a shot. It's like I don't know, it sounds like someone scratching their fingernails on a really old chalkboard. I have no idea, but it's got that raunchy sound at the very end when you fire a shot, so people will definitely know what you're using if they know what they're listening to. Moving on to the fire, whether or not it's fire team worthy, I really wouldn't say it's fire team worthy because its damage isn't just very good. I mentioned before that its bullet spread isn't very noob friendly because it tends to spread out towards the outer edge or the outer ring of the hipfire spread. But at the same time, even though it does have a very high 36 damage or like a very moderately high damage for a submachine gun at 36, it just doesn't feel powerful. I can easily spray like a half a magazine into someone at middle range, and they can still not die. So it's in that sense, it's not a very good submachine gun because you pretty much have to be up in the face and spray at least a quarter of your magazine, assuming you have an extended magazine on your CZ Skorpion, in order to safely assume that you killed them. So that's why it's not really worth it for fireteam, because you can easily expend like 2 magazines on a single zombie, and that's not ideal. Moving on to quarantine worthy, of course it would be quarantine worthy because the portability is insanely high on this and the rate of fire is insanely high on this too, so why not use it for quarantine as one of your free running guns, you know? Moving on to my frank personal opinions. My frank personal opinions on the CZ Skorpion is that it's not really worth your NX unless you know you're always gonna be in a CQC situation. If you know you're gonna run up to people in their faces, spray at people like literally who are literally 3 feet away from you, then the CZ Skorpion is a must for you, because this thing can actually this submachine gun can just blow people away. Its rate of fire and its damage just work like that, just like the T2, all the other NX standard submachine guns that have been released, the T2, the Flying CF, the VV Broppy LPO2, and the FMG9 Magpul. They all have the capability of just blasting people out of your face at close quarters, but especially the CZ Skorpion. I think the CZ Skorpion, to be honest, is the fastest killing NX standard submachine gun that Nexon has released thus far in terms of close quarter combat. But beyond that, it sucks. I do not recommend it for medium range at all, unless you know that your enemy is really low health, or unless you know that you can definitely win your next gunfight at medium range. Other than that, don't even try. Just stick to close quarters combat and stick to this gun's main pros, and that's close quarters combat and very fast reload speed. So just stick to those and you should be fine. Don't stray away from it, otherwise you will suck miserably. Well, that's it guys for the CZ Skorpion EVO 3A1 submachine gun review. My name is AzN3AlK0, aka TouhouSniper98, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. And next up is going to be the M1 Garand, or the M1 Garand, I like to call it the M1 Garand review, so stick around for that. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys next time.